Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing a year review on my tool belt system. So for tool belt, I have the Diamondback system. I have the 4-inch tool belt with the miter and aux. So we'll start on the left side with the aux. The aux was designed by RR Builders and Diamondback collaboration. And RR Builders does big post beam construction, so he needs big fasteners and such. So there's a ton of space in this main pocket. I can fit 2 coil nails in there when we're on the roof. It's amazing. There's a little slot back here for a speed square. Keep mine there. In the back, 8-inch DeWalt nail puller. In the front here, I have my multi-tool. Always good to have. Little screwdrivers and such in it. In this outside pocket, I keep racks and nails separated from my hand drives so everything doesn't get all bunched up. 25-foot Fat Max on the top here. I keep my tape on my left side because I'm right-handed, so I can pull my pencil out with my tape and for easy marking. On the back, 721 slingshot, and in that I keep my, if I can get it out, Tajima chalk box. It's the fine line in blue, which is amazing. Love that thing. It's the best chalk box I've used to date. Also in this 721, I can fit another coil of nails, so I can carry 3 coils on me when I'm on the roof, which is super good when you're nailing off a big roof and you don't want to bring up a whole bunch and have them at the bottom. You can just keep going, pull them out of your pouch, throw them in the gun, and keep going. On my right side, I have the miter with the hammer holster. So the hammer that I keep is a 14-ounce stiletto wood handle. Love the wood handle. It totally fixed. I was having a little bit of pain in my shoulder, which is not good this early in my career. And I was just using an S-wing. So a couple of my buddies suggested that I go pick up a stiletto, and I feel nothing. Like at the end of the day, my arm is amazing. Like it feels like I hadn't even swung a hammer. So we'll hop down here to the bottom. Down here you can see all these stitch marks. That's a bit index, and I just keep, common fasteners you'll find on a job site. So number 2 square, number 2 Phillips, T25, etc. Those kind of bits. I keep my Pica pencil leads in this little tight pocket that's separated between the main pocket and the bit index pocket. In the bottom of the bit index pocket, I keep just some loose bits that are a little bit too big to go in the thing, like this DeWalt extension. I have a Nudura, what are they called? ICF bits for their screws. I have that down there. I keep staples when we're doing poly and stuff like that, just on my right side, so it's separated. I don't have to just fidget through things and find it. Nice and separated. On the front here, Pica pencil. Love this thing. It's amazing. A lot of people, I had my hesitations about buying one because I was like, it's just a mechanical pencil, it'll break. Just a normal carpenter's pencil is cheap and it's way better, but I would not go back. This thing's amazing, super accurate marks. Like, use it for trim and framing. It's the best thing I've ever bought. So I have also another one with a white cap, just to separate them, and it has a Keel pencil crayon marker in it. And that's just so if I mess up or if I want a different color mark, I have that option. In the same pocket, I have a Milwaukee ink saw. I love those markers, they're the best. The only markers I'll use on the job site. A Alpha knife. These are amazing, super worth it, and I love them way more than just a normal box cutter because you can get a lot more depth out of it if you're cutting insulation and things like that. I have a 5-inch Knipex Cobra. It has the slip jaws. You just push the button, they slide. It's nice and small, so it fits really good in the tool belt, and it's just really good to have. You could change a blade on a saw or anything like that, it'll fit in and just with ease. On the back here, I have an Oxy tool sheath with a 1-inch chisel. I had to do a little bit of modification to the chisel just took a little bit of the edges off because it had a nice big round edge, but it wouldn't fit in all the way and it was falling out. So I just cut a little bit off, and now it fits in fine and doesn't fall out ever. There's also a little hole in the top of this right here, and that'll fit a 6-inch bit perfectly. You can just kind of slide that in there. This one's a little bit big, but a Craig jig one fits perfect. In this top pocket, I keep electrical tape and my stair gauges. I cut myself a lot on the job site, so having electrical tape on me is a must. That's everything I keep in my tool bags. Now this is what I keep in my truck at all times. On this side, as you can see, I have a flat bar for removing trim or, you know, windows, stuff like that, push them over a little bit. This thing's great, nice, small, compact, fits in the tool belt great. A 8-inch Empire bullet level, love those things. Screwdriver, just an extendable one. It's a 6-in-1. Yeah, fits great in the pouch, so I keep that sometimes if we're inside, you know, places won't be needing a little screwdriver. This is my roofing knife. I have a roofing blade in it. I'll use this to cut Nadura membrane and stuff like that. It works way better than just a normal blade, and it's in the Stanley 99E. These knives are great, super durable, last forever. I have 2 pair of linesman pliers, a big pair and a smaller pair. I believe these are 6 and these are 9 inches. Yeah, that's for that side. On this side, a pair of vice grips, must have on the job site. Channel locks, a big pair, 9-inch. Those are amazing. These are used in together most times when you're tightening a big bolt or something like that. Needle pliers if I could really get in somewhere where I can't reach. These are great to have. On this side, Haltifer's chisel knife. I have this as an extra, or if I just want to use it that day, I can slip it into my Oxy tool sheath, and it works great. I have a set of Allen keys. These are great for working on tools, putting together furniture, if that's what we're doing that day. On this side, I keep some marking utensils, some old carpenter's pencils, and a king-size Sharpie. These are great as well. In this top pocket, I have a file, just for knocking down the edge. If you cut metal, there's little burrs on it, I can knock it down. And then over here, I have a sliding T-bevel, which is good for finding the angles when we're doing trim. Here I have different color leads and such for my Pica pencils, and some a blade for my markers and my knives in there. Up here I have a Knipex pouch, and in it I have a diagonal side cutters and my wire knife. I keep that in here because I do some side work with a data company, and those are pretty much all the tools that I use for running wire. And I can just clip that on my belt, have it there. Don't have to worry about stuff being in pockets and try to dig around in them, because that just annoys the crap out of me. On this side, I have all the screwdrivers imaginable: T25, flathead, Robertson, Phillips, everything you'd ever need. So that's everything for the outside. So go on the inside, I keep a pack of Milwaukee ink saws. Good to have because you set them down and lose them. Safety glasses up top. I have prescription glasses, so I have to use these big, bulky science lab safety goggles when I'm cutting. Keep my gloves in here. These are the Firm Grip Safety Pro. I have really big hands, and these are the only gloves that will fit me properly and not be super tight in the fingers. And they're amazing. I will never switch brands. I wore the Mechanics ones. I wore any glove you can imagine. I went through 100 pair of them, and these are the only company that makes gloves that will actually fit my hand. In this main pocket also, keep my drill and my impact. I have a extra chalk box so I don't get my nice one wet, or when it's snowing or raining, I can pull this thing out and, you know, not destroy the really nice one. And it is also blue. I have a extra tape measure in case I break mine, drop mine, lose mine. This is in my truck at all times as a spare. I have a extra cat's paw and a pry bar. This is so if I lose my other one, but this one's also bigger, and it's really nice for getting out big fasteners or doing demolition. There's a lot of, you can really pry on this one. It's super nice. In here I have a set of DeWalt insulated screwdrivers. These also fit in an impact, which is awesome in case, you know, tightening screws around live wires. Don't want to get a little spark. I keep a foldable hacksaw, and it has a Diablo blade in it. It takes reset blades. So this right now is a wood and nails blade, and I use that just to cut foam, ICF foam, or foam around windows if it comes out a little bit too much when we're doing casing. And just take this, cut it out. It is great for that. Super handy tool. That's made by Stanley as well. I have a scribing jig. You can just push that up against a piece, mark that out with your pencil, put it up against something. If you're scribing around like a rock fireplace when you're doing trim. Keep this is a Diamondback Right in the Rain notepad, and I just keep that in here for a cut list. Usually when I'm doing trim, I go and measure out a room, and then I can take this to the saw and not have to run back 5 or 6 times. I also keep some nut drivers in here. So I have everything from a 1/4 inch all the way up to 7/16. And that's always in here as well. Never know you're gonna need that. And what else do I got in here? I have some smaller screwdrivers. These are some fine point screwdrivers. If you're doing, I also do security systems with the same company that I do data wiring with. So these are mainly for that. But yeah, they're also good for little pry bars, or if you doing little light switches and stuff like that, putting covers on, they work great for that as well. And then the last things I have in here are a few more just beater screwdrivers and stuff like that, loaners and stuff. But I also have a bunch of stubby screwdrivers. You wouldn't know the amount of times where other trades come into the site and they can't get a screw in because all they have is these big 6-inch screwdrivers. And then they come and they're like, do you guys have stubby screwdrivers? And I'm the only person on the job site at the time with these stubby screwdrivers. They come in handy. They are amazing to have. And that's pretty much it. I do carry my saw. I have a DeWalt 6 1/4 circular saw. I keep that in my truck, but that is at the site still. I left it in the tool trailer overnight. And yeah, that's everything that I carry to work in a day.